The intriguing and unethical tale of human cloning. Imagine replicating a human being, not through traditional procreation, but by creating a genetic identical copy. This is the provocative concept of human cloning, a scientific endeavor that has ignited both fascination and ethical outrage. The story of human cloning is steeped in scientific mystery and ethical quandaries. Unlike Dolly the sheep, the first mammal cloned from an adult cell, human cloning remains firmly in the realm of science fiction. The technical hurdles are immense. Cloning involves transferring the genetic material from a cell into an egg cell that has had its own nucleus removed. This reprogrammed egg is then stimulated to develop into an embryo, which can be implanted in a uterus. However, this process is fraught with difficulties in animals, and the success rate is very low. Even if a human clone could be created, there's no guarantee they would be healthy or develop normally. The ethical considerations are even more daunting. Would a clone be a person with their own rights and identity, or simply a copy of the original? The potential for exploitation and treating clones as mere commodities is a chilling prospect. In 1997, the scientific community came together to declare a ban on human reproductive cloning. The focus shifted to therapeutic cloning, where cloned embryos could be used to harvest stem cells for medical research. These stem cells hold immense potential for treating a variety of diseases, but they don't involve creating a complete human clone. The story of human cloning is far from over. Scientific advancements may one day overcome the technical barriers. But the ethical questions will remain. Should we ever attempt to create a copy of a human being? The answer lies in a deep and ongoing conversation about science, ethics, and the very definition of what it means to be human. In the quiet pastures of Scotland, a scientific revolution unfolded in the form of a fluffy white sheep named Dolly. Born in 1996, Dolly wasn't just any sheep. She was the first mammal ever cloned from an adult somatic cell. This feat, achieved by researchers at the Roslin Institute, was a scientific bombshell. Imagine a world where cells, like skilled workers confined to specific tasks, were believed incapable of anything else. Dolly challenged this notion. Her creation involved a delicate dance of cellular exchange. A mammary gland cell, the giver of her DNA, was coaxed from an adult sheep. Its nucleus, the treasure chest of genetic information, was carefully extracted. Meanwhile, an egg cell from a different sheep awaited its own nucleus removed. With a jolt of electricity, the adult cell's nucleus was ushered into the waiting egg, imbuing it with the potential for life. This reconstructed creation was then entrusted to a surrogate mother sheep, who carried Dolly to a bleating birth. Dolly's arrival wasn't met with just joyful buzz. It sparked a scientific firestorm. Suddenly, the possibility of cloning prized animals, or even preserving endangered species, seemed within reach. But ethical concerns also bleated loudly. Could this technology one day extend to humans? The debate continues to this day. Dolly's life, though cut short at 6 years old, was far from ordinary. She even birthed healthy lambs, proving that cloned animals weren't genetic dead ends. Her legacy lives on in scientific advancements, ethical discussions, and the ongoing quest to unravel the mysteries of life itself. Clonaid, the controversial company that claimed to clone humans. In 2002, a company called Clonaid burst onto the scene with a startling claim: they had successfully cloned a human baby. This audacious announcement, made by Bridget Boislier, the head of Clonaid, sent shockwaves through the scientific community and the world. But unlike the celebrated cloning of Dolly the sheep, Clonaid's story was shrouded in mystery and skepticism. Clonaid was affiliated with the Raelian movement, a UFO religion that believed human life was created by extraterrestrials. Boislier, a prominent Raelian, promised to usher in a new era of human reproduction through cloning. However, the company lacked scientific credibility. No established researchers were associated with Clonaid, and their methods remained a closely guarded secret. The alleged clones were never presented to the public, nor was any independent verification of their existence provided. Clonaid promised DNA testing but repeatedly failed to deliver. Critics pointed out that animal cloning itself was a complex and error-prone procedure, with a high rate of failed pregnancies and abnormal offspring. The idea of successfully cloning a human seemed far-fetched at best, dangerous at worst. As months passed, Clonaid's pronouncements of subsequent clones only deepened the web of doubt. Financial motives came under scrutiny as Clonaid offered cloning services for a hefty price. The scientific community overwhelmingly denounced Clonaid's claims as a hoax, a publicity stunt to bolster the Raelian movement. Despite fervent denials from Boislier, Clonaid's reputation never recovered. No credible evidence of human cloning ever emerged, and the company faded from public view. The story of Clonate serves as a cautionary tale about the ethics and risks of scientific exploration, particularly when fueled by fringe beliefs and financial gain. It highlights the importance of transparency, verification, and scientific rigor in groundbreaking research. While the possibility of human cloning in the future sparks intrigue, there are significant scientific and ethical hurdles to consider before it becomes a reality. Here's a breakdown of the complexities surrounding human cloning. Scientific challenges. Current cloning techniques in animals are far from perfect, with high risks of complications and birth defects. Translating this technology to humans would require significant advancements to ensure the safety and well-being of a cloned individual. Ethical concerns. The very idea of human cloning raises profound ethical questions. Would a clone be a person with their own rights and individuality, or simply a copy? The potential for exploitation and commodification of human life is a major concern. Lack of evidence. Despite claims like those of Clonate, there's no verifiable evidence of successful human cloning. The scientific community largely considers such claims to be unfounded. While the future of science is unpredictable, focusing on the ethical implications and ensuring scientific readiness should be paramount before contemplating human cloning. There are alternative areas in regenerative medicine that hold promise for improving human health without the ethical baggage of cloning. The frontiers of science are constantly pushing forward, and the field of genetics is no exception. I'll be sure to keep you updated on any groundbreaking developments or fascinating discoveries related to human cloning or other genetic advancements. Until then, stay curious.